A lot of people fail to reach their goals of being wealthy. As a result, people live frustrated and unfulfilled lives. In spite of the desire to be wealthy, a lot of people fail to be affluent because of several money mistakes. Failure to take changes in one's finances, failure to cut unnecessary spending, lack of financial goals, and incurring too much debt are some of the reasons why people fail to become wealthy. So, if you have the desire to be rich, what are the possible reasons that account for you not being wealthy? In this video, we are sharing 10 money mistakes that you must avoid. Number 1, lack of long-term financial goals. You cannot build wealth overnight. It is not about how much you earn, it is about how much you save and invest. Create a goal of saving a part of your paycheck every month. Work towards building an emergency fund for that rainy day. Take small steps and work towards larger goals until it becomes more of a habit and less of a burden. Number 2, not having an emergency fund. What is the fix? Try to save a chunk of money in case something unexpected happens. It's a good rule of thumb to have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in case of an emergency. Set a goal and do not stop saving until you hit your goal. If you're not sure how much to save, look at your monthly budget and figure out where you can cut to start saving for a rainy day. Number 3, overspending instead of saving. In a perfect financial world, a primary goal would be to spend less than what is earned. Doing this would produce an excess of funds known as savings. As difficult as it sometimes may be, if the habit of overspending can be kicked, then a focus can be put more on building up a monetary reserve. It takes some initiative to work towards a goal of building a reserve, but it is worth it in the long run. To increase the amount you can potentially save, you may consider such things as furthering your education to increase your earning potential, taking on a part-time job, or just simply cutting back on some of your personal expenditures. There are some important steps you have to take in order to stop overspending. Cut up your credit cards, have an emergency saving fund, know the reason for your overspending and keep a track of your expenses. Discipline yourself. Subscribe our channel so we can motivate you to stop overspending. Number 4, too much home or auto debt. You should not exceed 30% of your gross income when it comes to how much you are paying for your mortgage. On that same line of thinking, how much you pay in transportation expenses should never be greater than 10% of your income. That includes insurance, gas, and repairs. If you are paying more in one or both of these categories, you are in over your head with regards to home or auto debt. What to do? It may be time to rethink where you are living. If you are unable to afford a home or apartment with a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, you can't afford to live there. If you're unable to pay the 60-month loan for a vehicle, you should not be driving that car. Those are simple personal financial basics you must know. Number 5, lack of planning. Isn't it the American way to procrastinate and not have to plan? Well, typically a mindset that isn't disciplined towards planning and management when it comes to personal finances can result in unpleasant monetary outcomes. For instance, without your own economic strategy, credit card debt might accumulate, savings might not end up in the most progressive interest-bearing accounts, or even your insurance policies might be filled with coverage gaps. Financial planning involves wealth management, long-term growth, income planning, wills, insurance, and more. Every individual and family is different in their needs and desires. We also help you to build your financial plan with in-depth knowledge. Just subscribe our channel and ask your question in comment box. Number 6, giving control of your money to someone else. Never allow this to happen. You cannot stress this enough. We have seen people go down financially before my very eyes because of this fatal mistake. If you are not involved in your day-to-day family finances, you are putting yourself at risk. If you are married and you let your spouse handle all the financial matters, you are at risk if your spouse passes away or becomes seriously ill, or if you divorce. Know the details of your family finances, investments, debts, retirement savings, etc. Do not turn your investments and financial affairs over to a broker or financial consultant either without keeping track of what is being done with your money and being involved in investment decisions. Never give control of your money to anyone else. Never. Number 7, failing to follow the fundamental financial formula. It means money gained equals income minus expenditure Dickens. Annual income £20, annual expenditure 19.96, result happiness. Annual income, 20 pounds. Annual expenditure, 20 pounds ought and 6. Result, misery. Yet burgeoning credit card debts show many of us continue to spend beyond our means with the inevitable problems tomorrow. There are many people who have the misconception that we need to work hard first, make the money, then only we do what we love. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Unless you do what you love, you would never become rich. Take, for example, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, etc. They enjoy what they do with no doubt, and that's why they became the most successful people in the areas. Now, if you want to be rich, ask if you do what you love for a living. Number 8, impatience. This manifests itself in frequent buying and selling of stocks, dumping those that don't provide instant gratification in the ceaseless quest for those elusive winners. The only person this is likely to benefit is your broker, as counts your commission fees. Impatience is evidence in our spending habits. The desire to have everything now means we often pay twice as much by getting it on credit. You can save a bundle by doing without while you save up to buy cash. Also, by spending less on things today and instead investing in quality assets, we can have a lot more things tomorrow. Number 9, the mindset. The mindset of the poor man can be his biggest letdown. It is when one feels inferior that they do not think beyond their current situation. They dwell on living for the next minute, hour, and day. They fail to learn more about money matters as they are trying hard to cater for the basics of life. One person commented that we already have a preconceived notion that money is difficult to get by. That is why we call money from the powerful nations hard currency. Let me share you some tips to develop a rich mindset. You have to believe that you deserve wealth. You have to develop a mind that says that you have many opportunities to create wealth. You have to organize your life and time. You have to network more with high achievers. You have to start thinking about developing passive income. You have to visualize wealth. Imagine yourself having financial abundance. You have to think positively. You have to think about money as energy by being happy to give and receive. And number 10, neglecting retirement funds. Most people neglect investing enough money for a comfortable retirement, thus making them one of the greatest mistakes of their lives. They give top priority to their children's education and career, but fail to realize that securing one's own financial future is equally important. Having to be dependent on your children throughout your retired life is no fun for you or your family. Overwhelmed by financial problems, some even withdraw from their retirement account, thus inviting more trouble in the form of penalties and taxes. Remember, sometimes it is wise to go back to the basics of finance. Sit down, look through your budget. Remind yourself why good finances are important to you. Review all of your investments and insurance policies annually at the least. Stay in tune with what your finances look like. Remember, even if they are good, they can always be better. If you found this video helpful, then do like, share, and subscribe. Do not forget to press the notification bell to get video notification. Best of luck for your bright future.